So, dear Dhamma friends, keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line, your right palm on your left, and gently close your eyes and focus your mind to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we are spending in this very lifetime. Detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, and then later observe the impermanent and unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within any sensation arise related to inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, mentally relax your body, following my words. Relax your head. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyebrows. Relax your eyes. Relax your ears. Relax your nose. Relax your upper lip. Relax your lower lip. Relax your chin. Relax your whole face muscles. Relax your teeth. Relax your tongue. Relax your mouth. Relax your throat. Relax your neck, shoulders, arms, elbow, forearms, palms, fingers, fingertips. Relax your back muscles and relax your spine. Relax your chest and relax your abdominal muscles. Relax your lungs, relax your heart, relax your liver, relax your kidneys, relax your gallbladder, relax your pancreas, relax your small intestine, relax your large intestine, relax your abdominal organs, relax your buttock, relax your thigh, relax your knee, relax your calf muscles, relax your foot and relax your toes. Relax your whole body muscles, tendons, ligaments, bone marrows, and whole skeleton. Release the tension in your mind and keep relax your face muscles. Bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And simply allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. And when it happens, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. Always remember to recognize by your awareness, by yourself, inhalation, exhalation as it is. Don't allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen according to your wish. You have to release it, detach from it. Awareness should be independent. The breathing should be independent. That is where you can recognize it, natural process. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation exhalation. Recognizing this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end of the inhalation exhalation. And be aware about the length and the depth of the inhalation exhalation. And also you may experience some inhalation exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just recognize it and accept it. Keep your attention to the sensation and don't look for any other details. Just see the change, impermanent of your experience, and how the unsatisfactory nature arises. So whatever you feel, whatever you gain, it's moment by moment disappearing. And there's no self or permanent entity or solid spirit going to exist in the same way. Things always transform. Just observe within yourself. Bring your attention to your body and observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, as ordinary people, we have kind of common sense and conventional wisdom we already accumulated through the culture, tradition, through the schools and the books. So, in day to day life, we maintain our life with that knowledge. But through meditation, we trying to go beyond that and understand deeply how this life happening. And more than this outside world, the mainly when you able to recognize how things happening within yourself, that self understanding will help you to understand how the outside things happening. But mostly what is happening in this conventional wisdom, we investigate, we look, and we analyze the outside world, and that wisdom itself we don't apply to our inner understanding. So because of that, what is happening, whatever you understand, it kind of like you accumulate to your center, that's mean the self. So then it becomes a self-centered knowledge or the wisdom. That's why people have copyrights. Because when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, there is no copyrights. Even the Buddha himself mentioned that this is the wisdom or this all the dharma in the nature. And the Buddha didn't, himself, he didn't find out something new. That all the previous Buddhas found out the same thing. And even whoever going to be the Buddha in the future, they also going to see the same thing. And even if you attain to enlightenment, and you also going to see the same way. So then how the people come to these copyrights? Because they think they are the one who found out it. It's belong to them. So it is a self-centered idea. And then in day-to-day life, it happened to us also. When you do something, you think, oh, I did this. But have you ever thought How possible that you can do it? Like even driving fast, when you drive fast, and sometimes we say he's a fast driver or she's fast driver. So I drive so fast, and sometimes these young people feel so good, but they don't forget, they don't think about the capacity of the engine. Only what we does, we activate the system, because already the system is there. But when it come to our personal life, and when it come to our personal experience, we don't look the outside conditions, and we think, oh, I did this. So as example, it like this. Just imagine this is a glass bottle, this glass, and then the person A. So even that, even myself. So what I do, I take this one and hit hard, and then this break. So then you can tell, oh, this monk break this glass. And then sometimes we say, oh, he did, she did, oh, she broke this, she broke this, he broke this. So like that, we say that. So even myself, I can think, oh, I did this. So then how about if I can break something? If I can break something, if you can break something, so that's mean that you are the one who have that capacity. Forget about the glass. So then how about this brass, this iron, you know? And do you think I can break this? If I think I break the glass, why I cannot break this one? Oh, why you cannot break this one? Because that the breaking ability is within you or within me. When you say somebody or point out someone, oh, he did, or she did this, so that's mean that ability within her or him. So we don't look the other side. So like that, everything, that is where our self-centered mind become stronger, stronger, stronger. Because we always trying to to separate ourselves and our abilities from outside. And so when it comes to the glass, if this is glass, the glass itself has the nature to break. That's why I can do it. Otherwise, I cannot. If it is doesn't have that nature, I cannot do it. So like that, for anything, if somebody hurt you, if somebody can blame you and you cannot tell, oh, he blamed to me, oh, she blamed to me, this person hurt me. No, you have the nature to get hurt. That's why somebody can hurt you. But the thing is, mostly when we come with the self-centered experience, and then what will happen through us, it going to reflect. So when something happen, we try to find out somebody or something. So we forget the mechanism. We don't have power to see the mechanism, especially when you are too happy or when you're too sad, you cannot recognize this. So that is where for incidents, for people, for situations, we always personalizing. So the meditation is a method. So deeply, you yourself deeply, you go into the system and recognize this is happening according to necessary conditions. It is not, otherwise it is not a kind of something permanent exactly going to be there. So then yourself, when it come to you, even it has a journey that so far in your life, you came through the timeline and today you are like this because you went through certain experience. So as example, just imagine you are now 10 years old. So when the from the birth to now, and we put another new person, we reverse the 10 years, your 10 years, and we put that person exactly with the same amount of the capacity, the weight and the strength, and the whatever that your previous habitual patterns that you had in your awareness, we put that everything with the first thought that come to you when the beginning of life. Pratisandhi chitta, the first thought that happened to you. So we put another new person and we bring that model exactly the same way that you came. So this 10 years, and that person going to be exactly like you. There is no difference. So that's mean we become like this because of our experience. Other than there is nothing. So if you able to change your experience, what will happen? You're going to change. You have to understand this reality. But when we hold it to self and when we become limited to our own inner feelings and the emotions and our own drama, our own dreams, what happening? You have no window, you have no open space even to think beyond it. Look at your own life. You have no any single moment to think beyond your own pattern that you keep going. Even you already overtook your future also. You have that already, that the setup in your head, you're going to do this, so that like that way. So then how something new going to happen to you? What is the space? Where the gap? Just imagine yourself. We always like to be new. We always like to know that waiting for that kind of situations. But look at it deeply in your mind and deeply in your heart. Look how difficult something to put in, because you're so close, you don't see it. And then what happened, that whatever the information you already have, you mixing it, and it's kind of like you see it is a kind of like a different, but there's no different. No, it's you eat rice and bean and the potato, one day, and one day it fried, and one day it boiled, and it's another day it's another. It's kind of same thing. It's like I hope menu. you know this when you look at the names, it's different, but if you look at the ingredients, the same thing. There's nothing else. But when it come with the different, and the shape and the how it look like, you think it is different. No, the same thing in you. Look at, if you look, few days, months backward, you will look, you will see. And because this self-centered experience, accumulation, and hold it to things that take us in the same way. But remember, there is nothing in you already set up or already permanent. It should be like this. You have capacity, but from tomorrow you can be completely brand new person. That is the capacity of human mind. But you need to have a very conscious will for that. If you wish for it, it's going to happen. If you really want it, it's going to happen. But what is happening? Your previous habits, it's even there is no way that you're going to think about it. Otherwise, from from very beginning of tomorrow, even it doesn't take that much time, you can be completely new person. You can have a very brand new beginning. It always happening to you. But what we does, we bring our past experience to put it put it so like that we keep putting the same model on it, and we think we living. We not living, we just repeating. When you come to a moment to experience something brand new, even not related to past, even not related to your dreams, that is the real experience of life. That's why in Vipassana, it trying to take you to a level to experience that. You need to have a kind of a mental capacity to experience it. Otherwise, even it happened to you, you cannot recognize it. So, and especially when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, that the Buddha always explained, and through this Dharma, it's always explained this emptiness. But when it comes to the Western world and its new world, is with this all the new knowledge, that this emptiness misunderstood with the nothingness. Remember this very carefully and learn this very carefully. So the emptiness is not the nothingness. So when everything empty, and sometimes even when we talk with these students, and mainly they try to argue that how this is empty, because I can experience this, I have this is me, and this is this, so like that. It's mainly people and have a kind of like a wrong understanding regarding the Buddha's teaching, regarding this emptiness and the nothingness. In Buddhism, it doesn't talk about the nothingness. So what is this emptiness then? It like this. So when it come to the pen like this, so this cap came out of the heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness, electron, neutron, proton. So, and when you go deeply to the atom, it's like that. So in the Eastern, heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness, 4 elements. So what is the behavior of the 4 elements? It's always change. It's always change. Even though we feel this kind of like solid, this always changing. That's why if you seal this and keep it 100 years, after the 100 years, when you open this, everybody can recognize this is old. Maybe not the shape not going to be different, but maybe when you hold like this, it's going to break because of this plastic. It cannot be like this 100 years. So how this happened that way? Because no one used this, no one touched this, but still it always changing inside. And so this is belong to 4 elements: heat, motion, liquidity, and hard. That is the way that through the Vipassana we're going to recognize things. So then this also the same: heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness, 4 elements. And this also have the same nature to change. And when these two things come together, you recognize as something. So then the name and form, that the form is this recognition and you put a name. So what happening to us when we too much into the name and form, you forget how this became like this. Even your body the same, even this entire universe the same, even whatever the fruit the same, tree the same, any vehicle the same. You don't think because you come to the point to be happy with the name and form. So that your consciousness, your awareness can hold one thing at one time. So when the name come, it doesn't have any space to think deeply about the mechanism. So when the form, when you more busy with the form, there is no space to recognize the mechanism, how this begin like this way. But if you able to come to a point to drop the name and form, then where are your mind going to be? But to get it, drop the name and form is not easy. Why? Because in this sansaric journey, in this universe, we are like newly born children. You know, they always need something in their hand. And when they cry, you give something. And they want to hold something. And it doesn't matter, maybe sometimes, you know, when these children come and maybe they take the parents' cell phone, oh, then the father or the mother becomes so afraid. Why? Because this child don't know what going to do for it, maybe throw it, or so then they slowly replace something to their hand and take it, and then the child become happy. Why? Because something in their hand, they don't know the value of it. So like that, what happening to us, we hold it to, we have this holding nature. As I mentioned from the beginning, with the self-centered mind, we always have the holding nature. And to related to the name and the form and with the self. Oh, that yours, that this is me, the self-centered mind or the self-centered experience. And because of that, your mind cannot go beyond it. So that's why through tranquility meditation, it brings your mind to certain level to tranquilize. And then through the vipassana, slowly, little by little, little by little, you start to recognize, you start to analyze the change. When you analyze the change, when you recognize the change, and you know the behavior of the change, even you see like this, even though you are exist like this, you experience things like this, and you recognize deeper beyond this physical experience, the existence, there is a change happening. When you come to that understanding, and when you know the behavior of the four elements, even these two things come together. When you see this, you're not going to bound to the name and the form, and even you know it is that you know it is conventional. And when you see this, you know this all parts that always changing, and there is nothing permanent in this pen. That is emptiness. There is nothing going to be permanent here in this. Why? This all came out of the four elements, and it going to always be related to the four elements. That is emptiness, not the nothingness, because you cannot say nothing, because you have the pen here and you can use it to write, and you can hold it, you can feel it. But when you come to point to drop your name and form from this, you able to go into four elements and recognize that behavior. And then when you see the pen, Your mind, even though that your mind see this as a form, you go beyond and understand the behavior of this form. So then when it comes to your eye, it should come from outside. So that's mean that whatever is outside world should related to change, otherwise it cannot happen. Even whatever the color, the light, the tree, the fruits, anything. Even just imagine a fruit, mango, apple. If there is no change, how that apple can have come to become apple? It cannot. How the mango can become the mango if there is no change? The seed need to come to the plant, and plant should come to the tree. Tree should come and bring the branches and the flowers, and the flowers should come to the fruit. But when you come to the self-centered experience and you don't see that process, you don't see the journey, how this mango became a mango. And if you see the process, what is happening, you don't take this as a mango. Because you don't see the process, that's why you so into, oh, this is apple, oh, eat apple for a day, then it's going to make you healthy. And so you hold it to names and forms. You so into, you become very limited to whatever in front of you. You don't see the process. Even you don't see your own process. And how this moment by moment happening. Even when you look at your old pictures, and sometimes you become worried in the moment, and you don't see how the journey happened and how you change. You don't see. You become worried, oh, I'm not like that now. That's it, you think. You don't recognize why it happened like that way. You don't question it. So then always remember, we so busy related to this and that, from here to there, me to you, day to night, night to day, up to down, down to up. We so busy in the journey. And because of that, we don't see the process. How this happening? So the Buddha himself taught us to see this. That's it. Otherwise, once you see it, you're going to recognize. There is nothing, nothing magic. That once you see, you have the capacity to see. Once you see, you're going to recognize the process. So when you, as example, mango, you put the plant, and the plant became a tree, and then the tree became, so the bring the flowers, and the flower bring the fruit. So when you see that, and the sunlight, water, the wind, ground, and how this everything help to make it, and you don't see in between this, there is no any special power come to the middle and play any game. So the same thing within us also. When you see, because the life mean form, feeling, sensation, formation, and recognition. There is nothing beyond that. So then when you see the form, so whatever your bodily structure, it is the form, or whatever the sound, or the smell, or the colors, or the pictures, or the aroma, or the taste, it is the form. Sensation is the form. So when you see how the form happen like that way, then you recognize it is not happen itself, not independent. The form is not independent, it depending from something. That's why it become a form, otherwise it cannot. You became like this because you depending from something. You don't, so, but the thing is, When you hold it to me, you don't see how you depending from things. Even look yourself, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, this everything in this very moment, that everything come as one together, that everybody, this every organ work together. That's why you experience this life. But the thing is, when you so busy with something, you don't see it. But that each and everything need to change to bring that experience. Otherwise, as example, heart think, oh, uh, lungs and the kidneys and the liver work this time, so I want to take a rest, and the heart decide what will happen. And even one moment it is stop, what will happen? One single second if it is stop. How about the kidney? If the kidney stop for a moment, and how about the lungs? If your lungs stop for a moment, so like that, if any organ in your body stop for a moment, you will never recharge it. You cannot get it back to the same level. So, see, this everything keep happening like that way, together. This process, the physical process brings you this experience. And the mentally also same, deeply with this all form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition, this everything to the same speed, to the same direction happening. And because of that, you don't see any difference. And then you think it is me. It is not you. Because in case if the form disappear, and then feelings cannot happen. If the feelings disappear, because of the form disappear, then the feelings cannot happen, then the sensation disappear. See, sometimes people say, I don't feel anything. And when the sensation disappear, you become just a piece of wood. That's it. And sometimes that people claim, and as a husband, wife, when the other person cannot understand that, another person, even conventionally, cannot recognize a little bit. And sometimes when you go to file the divorce case, and one reason, and sometimes, I read this divorce cases, how they file that, what they write, what are the reasons, he doesn't have feelings. How you cannot argue, you cannot say anything about it. That's it, done. Even that it's a, that it doesn't matter whatever the other side lawyer, done. How about, see that. So if it is doesn't happen to you, that after that thing's not going to happen. So it change always. That's why you experience it. If it is not change, it's not going to happen anymore. That's mean that is the beginning of the death. Death means the end. If there is no change, we cannot experience this anything. So when you experience it, can you see the change? So the vipassana is that. But in ordinary mind, why we cannot see it? Because when we experience, we become so busy with the outside layer. And whatever the action reactions going, the surface level, we become so busy with it. And keep thinking, keep talking, and bringing our past experience and comparison, and arguments. So mentally that you always have communication with yourself. So because of that, you don't see underneath how the change happening. And then you recognize, though, whatever you experience, oh, this is me. How you can be you if there is no change? So if it is change, how you can claim something as this or that? That is what called emptiness, not the nothingness. So remember from today, don't misunderstand this emptiness and nothingness. In Buddhism, there is it doesn't say anywhere about the nothingness. It talk about the emptiness. So what is the emptiness means? Everything come out of the four elements. So the behavior of the four elements always change. So when something change, out of that change, there is no way unchangeable things can happen. That is the thing. There is no way out of the change, there is no way unchangeable things can happen. So that understanding is called emptiness. Because once you know that, you're not going to bound to the name and the form. Because you know the name and form conventional. So even you see it and you touch it and you know the behavior of it, you know the nature of it. So then in case consciously, even somebody do something, and if this is the glass and it break, and you're not going to claim he did this or she did this. You recognize it happened because of this also carried the nature to break. Look, when you come to that understanding, the point of not the self-centered with the somebody or something, when you come to the understanding of the behavior of this, that the incident or the things, that how it governed or how it depending from something, when you come to that understanding, your mind naturally get out of personalizing things. Even though you experience it, it come to the point to equanimity. You're not going to then point out he did this, she did this. Why? Because you know he cannot do that if doesn't have that nature. That's governed through everywhere with anything. So that's why when something come to you, when something happens, when you come to the point of self-centered mind, you personalize. He did this, she did this, it happened to me, like that way. That's why you cannot go beyond it. That's why all the drama, that everything happening. But when you come to the point, when you recognize when something happened to you, you have that inner nature to be like that way, you accept it. That is where you come to the point to have the equanimity. You surrender, you accept, you go with it. No resistance. That is where you come to the point equanimity. When you, with any experience, with this understanding, if you come to the point to accept it, the equanimity, there is no reaction going to happen. There is no action going to happen with your bodily, verbally, or mentally. When there is no action come out of your existence, the desire base or the self-center base, there is no reaction, so there is no result going to come follow you. So that is where you going to powerless this all the currents that happening around you. So that is where your liberation can happen. So for that, what you have to do in the beginning, learn to sacrifice. What? Sacrifice your feelings. That's it. If you do that, you become purify. When you're able to sacrifice your feelings rather than feeding to it, you become purified. You become very clear. So when you become very clear, it become your moral practice. That is where you become strong. Then when you become, remember this mechanism. When you sacrifice, not the, oh, take this, take that, not that. You have to sacrifice your feelings related to self-centered mind. And then when you sacrifice, you become purified. When you become purified itself, it become your morality. That is what become your seal, self-discipline. And that make you strong. And in that strong mind, you can cultivate the awareness. That awareness will take you to liberation. So that is where your nibbana going to happen within yourself, within your inner thoughts, within your very life, not somewhere, not after this or after that. No, within that, in that very moment, it's going to happen to you. You're not bound to anything. You will experience, you're not bound to anything within your deeper inside your heart. So it is possible. Only thing is, it all depends on your choice. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatantarayu sukhi diga yuko bhava. Ittavata sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idammi punya kammang hasavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.